Hey guys, welcome to today's Vehicle Visionary. Today I'm at Jimmy Granger Ford in Stonewall, Louisiana. I've borrowed this 2021 Ford Explorer XLT from the dealership. I'll list all of the different trim levels of the Explorer for 2021 and their base prices on the screen. We're going to take a quick look at the exterior and interior and see what you can expect to find in this three-row SUV if this is something you wish to purchase. This model comes with auto LED headlights, and under the hood is the 2.3-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder. And real quick, guys, a feature I'd love to see on more vehicles, if you're going to open the hood, you see how it says pull ×2? What that does is eliminates the need for seeking out where the hood latch is located. Because notice, all I'm going to do is just pick up on the hood and it's open. And as I said earlier, 2.3-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder. Definitely going to get some good gas mileage out of this particular model. It's mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission, and we'll see exactly how it does going down the road. But one of the advantages, of course, to having a smaller motor like this is that it is definitely going to improve your gas mileage. And as we work our way down the side of the vehicle, of course, there are multiple safety features on this model. I will list what those are on the screen. And remember, guys, there's always a link in the description to the dealership's website so you can see more information that may not be covered in the video. These are power adjustable but manually folding side view mirrors, but if you do need to fold those mirrors in, as you can see, that's how you do it. And like I said, this is a three-row SUV, and to get into that third row, you're not going to climb between the seats. As you can see, that wouldn't be impossible, but be a little more challenging with the cup holders right there. Instead, there is a release right here on the top of the seat. You're going to pull on that, and it's a very easy thing to just move that seat forward on the track. We'll hop into the back seat here and just take a quick look around. Your rear seat passengers do have cup holders on each side. And while I'm back here, let's just do a test to see how much room there is. Now, the seats are adjustable on both sides here. For the middle row seats, you can slide them back and forth. So if the rear seat passengers desire more legroom, there is potential for that. And here is the remote that comes with this Explorer. As you can see, it's pretty simple to figure out, lock, unlock. You do have remote start right there, as you can see. You also have a panic button, and you can use the remote to open the rear lift gate, the power rear lift gate. But just so you know, guys, I'm going to walk up here and show you right here is where the button is for opening this rear lift gate. Okay, guys, as I put the numbers on the screen as far as cargo and towing, there actually is a trailer sway control on this Explorer. Might be a little bit of a surprise to some people, but if you want to maximize your cargo space, you can lower these rear seats. I'll just do one side, but this little strap on the top, you're going to pull on that, and automatically the seat's just going to fold forward. And then if you want to pull it back into place, just going to use that strap right there. You can pull the headrest back in place. And of course, it's the same for both sides. You do have storage underneath the floor, and you can maximize that. Let's see if I can do this one-handed on each side by simply removing that little piece on the top, depending on what your need and situation is. And like I said, this is a power rear lift gate. So you've got the two buttons right here. If you just want to close the lift gate, this is the one you're going to use. If you want to close the lift gate and lock the interior, you'll hit that button right there. We'll just go ahead and push that and let it close as we move our way into the middle row seats. All right, guys, just a quick look at the interior of your rear doors here. A reasonable size door bin right here. You could put a fairly large tall bottle right there. Of course, you do have the power window button right there. Little storage on the rear of the seats with the map pockets, and of course you do have climate control back here. And in addition to that, let's see if we can get these open. You've got your USB ports, and you've also got a 12-volt power outlet. And like I said, I'll show you right here. Hopefully you can see it. There we go. The adjustment for moving the positioning of the seat back and forth. And of course you have that on both sides, and nice built-in armrest. And there is contrast stitching on the material of these seats. So just kind of a nice little effect there throughout the interior. Let's hop into the driver's seat. And as we do, And take a quick look here at the driver's side door. No surprises, nothing out of the ordinary here, but might as well, just for the sake of the video, show you what's there. Of course, you've got some more switches and features here. You can control some of the lighting and different things like that. Even another option for opening and or closing your rear lift gate. And when you drop this lever right here, that allows you to adjust the fully adjustable manually steering wheel. And this model does have push button start, as you can see right here. So I'm going to reach up there and push the brake. Do that the right way. And to get rid of that little low gas message, I'm going to hit OK right there. And as you can see, there's your dashboard. You've got your steering wheel mounted controls right there for cruise control, and then for working your way around on the menu on the dashboard. And as you can see, there are several different options here. Depending on what you want to do, you can even go in and change the setup depending on what you want to do. And we'll go back real quick. Not going to go too far into that, but just so you can kind of see what's available there. Of course, there is your touch screen, and we'll just take a quick tour of that. Pretty easy to figure out, obviously audio, and we're going to go back here, phone. There's your navigation, of course, the apps that you have available. And if you're looking for all of the different features, of course, for settings, here is where you will find everything. Very easy to figure out. Just look for whatever it is you want. Of course, you can click on General right there and make a lot of different changes to the vehicle depending on what you would like to do. If you've never had a vehicle that had this kind of technology on it before, guys, no big deal. Very easy to figure out. And you can even change some of the preferences here within navigation. Like I said, you can pretty much customize this any way you so desire. Of course, controls for your radio right here. There's your hazard lights right there. If you ever need to turn that on, you've got dual zone climate control here in the front. And you can conceal this area away right here if you want to. And as you can see, you've got your 2 USB ports down there and another 12-volt power outlet and some more storage right here. And here is your rotary gear shift. Very easy to figure out, very easy to use. And of course, you do have your rear view camera. Nothing out of the ordinary these days. There was a time when that was a little unusual. Your power parking brake, and of course some of the other features down here. You can turn the auto stop start feature off if you want to. That's something I always like to do, and that's traction control there on the right hand side. And right here you can toggle between the modes, and so let's do that. Let me show you all of the different modes that are available on this model, as you can see. And the screen's going to change depending on what you use. And like I said earlier, you got trailer sway control. You also have tow haul mode. And I gave you the numbers earlier as far as what max towing for this particular model is. This is a rear wheel drive model, so obviously there are going to be some limitations with the 2.3 liter 4-cylinder under the hood as far as what you can tow. And here is the center console, just so you can take a look at that. You do have a removable tray right there. There is another 12-volt power outlet right there if you wish to take advantage of that. As we hop out onto the road here for our test drive, one thing I have to say, now I'm in sport mode, but a lot of the time when in the past you would hear, oh, it's a 4-cylinder, it's a 2.3 liter engine, it's going to get great gas mileage. Well, that usually means it doesn't have good horsepower. But I'm going to tell you what, I'm actually pretty impressed with how fast this little model is with this motor. It's not lightning fast. It's not going to push you back in your seat or anything like that. But it's got more than enough power to easily get you down the road. And yeah, I wish I had a situation where I could put it into every conceivable situation to test it and see how it does going up a really steep hill, or maybe even put a trailer on the back of it and see how it does. I don't have all of that, but I can tell that even with the smaller engine under the hood, the way everything's geared and set up, especially with that 10-speed automatic transmission, it's not a problem. And again, you can still get that great gas mileage out of the 4-cylinder engine. The overall ride quality is good, and unfortunately I can't tell you what it's like in the other 2 rows, but I can tell you from the driver's seat, it's enjoyable to drive. And we'll make our quick turnaround right here and head back to the dealership. A little low on gas, not bad. I got plenty of gas left to get where I need to go. But when it comes down to it, and I'm just gonna hop right out on the road here. I've got somebody coming, but I've got enough horsepower where I know that I can get down the road. We're just gonna start from almost a dead stop. And as you can see, we're getting down the road with absolutely no problem. I'm way ahead of the traffic that is behind me. This little 4-cylinder is actually quite impressive. Now, I'm not used to the steering on this model, but I will say I like the fact that the steering wheel has very minimal play. In fact, I barely move the steering wheel. I can feel that the vehicle is hunting around just a little bit on the lane that it's in. So that's always a good thing. I like good responsive steering, and that's definitely what you have here in this Explorer. And the gas pedal is nice and responsive. Let's see here if I'm far enough up here. I'm gonna get on the brakes just a little bit. Good braking too, and I like the fact that the brake pedal seems to have a decent balance. It's a little bit on the soft side, but when you push on it, when the need arises, it's gonna definitely grab. The brakes will grab. Even if the brake pedal feels a little bit soft, not bad. A little bit of a stiff ride, but not too terribly bad. But then again, I am driving in sport mode, so I would imagine that if I was driving in a different mode, in comfort mode or whatever the less harsh of the available modes is, well, it wouldn't be too bad. So ultimately, I have to say, if you're looking for a nice little 3-row SUV that has a good balance of enough horsepower to get you around without a problem, even some options for some light duty, very light duty towing, this little Explorer would definitely do the job for you. And yeah, it definitely has good acceleration, good technology, a lot of great features within the Sync 3 infotainment system here that Ford has had for quite a few years, but it really does a good job. It's easy to find its way around, and it works quite well. As we've made our way back to the dealership here at Jimmy Grande, and I'm just gonna go ahead and park this Explorer, but I wanna thank my friends here at the dealership for loaning me this model for the day. Always good to come down here. And you might wonder, if you've been watching me for a while, this was Orr Ford at one point. Well, it's under different ownership now with Jimmy Grande. So appreciate my buddy Showtime for hooking me up with this model, and everybody here at the dealership, and all of you for being kind enough to take the time to watch. I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.